One particular day, I think it was a Monday, turned out to be the most bizarre and hectic for Dr. Victor Hayes, an experienced physician working in a private hospital. One of his patients tried to sneak out of the hospital. Victor found only 3 pairs of abandoned slippers. To find the patient, he needed to figure out which pair belonged to them. Can you help him? It seems that no one has worn the white pair. The mud marks on the blue slippers mean that the person left but may have returned. The gray slippers appear to have a small white stain, which is actually a piece of cotton that came loose while the person was running. This is the pair of the escaped patient. At one point during the day, Victor noticed something seriously wrong. A patient had been transferred in an emergency, but the original medical record had disappeared. There are 3 folders on the ward counter, all without a name. Take a look at them. Which one is the missing file? The red folder seems to have been used by someone absent-mindedly in the kitchen. The blue one shows definite signs of neglect. It means the green folder is the one the doctor needs. During his lunch break, Victor dropped by a 24-hour pharmacy. 3 people were waiting in line at the counter. He noticed that one of them was pretending to be a patient in order to buy a restricted medication. Can you figure out who was faking it? The woman seems to be disguising her identity, but she may just be sensitive to light. The man in flip-flops may have had an accident at home. The young man coughs, but he is interested in eye drops. This medicine doesn't correspond to his symptoms, so he is the one faking it. After lunch, our doctor realized that he had left his notes in the car, so he went to the parking lot. There, he saw 3 cars parked side by side, but one of them had its silent alarm activated, signaling an attempted break-in. Look at them attentively and say which car has been tampered with. The SUV may be flashing because it's just been locked. The sedan has its mirror out of place. It might be a sign of an attempted break-in. But the blue car has a clearer sign. One of the wipers is raised and is missing a wiper blade, which must have been stolen. Victor entered the hospital elevator but noticed a strong odor of medicine. He suspected that someone was stealing expired medicines from the lab. There were 3 people in the elevator. Can you figure out who's carrying the medicines? The nurse might be carrying personal items. The delivery man is carrying something sealed. It could be a regular delivery. But the lady with the bag looks out of place, and the heat inside the elevator makes the smell spread. It's a thermal bag. See that gray aluminum lining? She is carrying the expired medicines. Victor's friend Lucas hurt his knee, and our doctor told him to stay home, and he prohibited him from getting up from his bed. Then Victor had to go back to the hospital. He promised to visit Lucas in the evening. When he arrived, he immediately realized that Lucas had actually gotten up. How did he understand this? Lucas has moved his bedside lamp from the desk to his nightstand and plugged it in. A patient was rushed to the ER with poisoning. Victor suspected that the poison could have been in the medicine the patient had taken. But the only people who had access to the patient's room were the nurse, the chef, and the janitor. The nurse said she had taken care of other patients at that time. The chef said he had been busy with dinner. And the janitor said he had only cleaned the hallway. Who is the culprit? It must be the nurse. The poison was in the medicine, and only the nurse handled it. Dr. Victor was asked to visit another patient. She claimed that she experienced severe headaches every night from 9 p.m. sharp. The hospital staff was baffled because nothing unusual happened at that time. Can you help Victor understand what causes the headaches? The reason is the noise and vibration from the maintenance machine. David woke up in a hospital with no memories whatsoever. Soon, 3 girls rushed into his room. Each of them claimed to be his only sister. David couldn't figure out which of the ladies was telling the truth and asked Dr. Victor for help. Which girl is the guy's real relative? David's real sister is the girl in the middle. Look, they both have identical birthmarks on their hands. A hospital's emergency alarm went off in the middle of the night, but there was no emergency. That's why Victor suspected sabotage. Only 3 staff members were on duty at that time: a night nurse, an intern, and a security guard. Now, the security guard said he had been patrolling the parking lot. The intern said he had been in the break room. And the night nurse said she had been checking on patients. Victor understood who was lying right away. Can you do the same? It was the intern. The alarm control panel is near the break room, and only someone close by could trigger it. Dr. Victor's patient complained that a creepy nurse had visited him at night. The figure didn't do anything, just stood in the corner watching him. But the hospital only had 2 night nurses, and both had alibis. Victor checked the CCTV footage and indeed saw a shadowy figure wearing a nurse uniform. Who was this culprit? It wasn't any of the hospital nurses. The intruder wasn't wearing a badge, so it was just someone disguised as a nurse. Victor's boss asked him to help with a complicated case. Apparently, a patient got an extra dose of medication and showed side effects. Only a nurse, the patient's doctor, and the pharmacist handled the medication that day. The nurse insisted she had given the right dose. The pharmacist said the labels were correct, and the doctor said he hadn't changed the prescription. Who most likely made the error? It was most likely the nurse, because she was the one administering the meds. Finally, Victor left the hospital after his 14-hour shift. Exhausted, he took the same road he always did to get home. But this time, he arrived at a gas station 10 miles in the wrong direction, without ever making a turn. He swore he followed his usual route. No GPS error, no detours, no road closures. And the car had no signs of tampering. How is it possible? Victor was so exhausted that he accidentally got into an identical car parked nearby, which belonged to someone else who lived in the opposite direction. Both cars used the same key fob model. The next day, Victor had several patients waiting for him, but he understood at once that one of them was just pretending to be sick. Which one was it? It's the guy with a cast on his right arm. His phone is in his right pocket. It'd be extremely uncomfortable to put it there with the left hand. It means his cast is fake. 3 pregnant ladies were waiting for the doctor, but one of them wasn't really expecting. Which one? It's the woman on the left. If we look closer, we'll notice a piece of a pillow sticking out from under her sweater. Now, look at this patient. He's come to Victor with a bad headache. But it seems something else is wrong with him. What is it? His left leg is green. You can see it between the edge of his pant leg and his sock. The day was getting more and more bizarre. This patient doesn't seem to be a regular one either. Why? She's got 6 fingers on her left hand and only 4 on the right one. Ah, but she can still count to 10. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.